This video is about the throat chakra or visuddha chakra. Hi, my name is Jessie, and we're going to go through a practice today that can help you balance out your throat chakra. And this includes speaking your truth, but also being able to hear what people are saying to you and to take it in and integrate it. The organs involved with the throat chakra are the throat, mouth, teeth and gums, trachea, the vertebrae in the neck, the esophagus, parathyroid, and hypothalamus. The mental and emotional issues that can be indicative of the throat chakra being into or out of alignment are choice and strength of will, personal expression, being able to follow your dreams, using personal power to create, addictions that you may have, judgment and criticism, and the ability to make decisions. Physical dysfunctions are chronic sore throat, raspy throat, gum issues, mouth issues, anything that has to do with the gums or the mouth, scoliosis, laryngitis, swollen glands, and finally thyroid problems. The thing about all these dysfunctions is a lot of times our chakras are out of balance for a long time before stuff like this happens. But we tend to see the same patterns over and over in our lives. So trying to balance out our imbalances can be really helpful to having a healthy, well-balanced life. All right, well, we can dive right into this practice now that we've covered some of the imbalances that we can look out for. And we can start just by working on opening up our throat. We can drop our head back mindfully so that we're not just crunching it back. Bring it to the side, the right side, going really slowly with control. Drop it down, lengthening the back of the neck, coming to the left side, moving slow, super slow, slower than you would think to go. Drop the head back without crunching it, kind of just working to lengthen through the throat, lifting the head away a little bit, going to the right side, coming forward without crunching it, and then going to the left side. Good job. Now reverse. Head comes back, but we're not crunching it, we're lifting it slightly. Go to the left side, come forward. Go to the right side, come back. Feel the shoulders just drop down, relax and release. One more time in this direction. Good job. Then just come back to center. We're going to do a twist. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Bring the right hand back behind, walk it in close to the hips, and then walk it out. If you bring it in close to your hips, it can help you sit up tall, but we're going to walk it out and try and lengthen through our spine, our throat. Bring the left hand to the right knee, sit up tall, engage the core, lift up like there's an invisible string pulling you up, and then just gaze over that right shoulder. Pushing the fingertips into the ground so that we're forcing ourselves into sitting up tall. Working on listening. A lot of people talk and talk and talk, but they don't listen very well. And we all do from time to time, so no judgment here. I know that I do. I'm a fast talker, if you haven't noticed. Good job. Come back to center and then switch. Bring that left hand back behind you. After you walk it into your hand first, walk it into your hips first, and then walk it out. Just push the fingertips into the floor, lengthen through the spine, gaze over that left shoulder. Keep the core engaged. Really trying to lengthen the neck, lengthen the spine, like there's an invisible string pulling you up. You can take that right hand and push it into the knees so that you increase your twist. Sit up tall on your in-breath. Exhale, relax and release. Good job. Slowly come back to center. Maintaining a cross-legged position, we can cross our legs the opposite way. We're going to walk the left fingers out. Just look off to the right side. Lift that right arm up slowly with control, really reaching, maybe even turning the palm of the hand out. Try to lengthen the neck, being very mindful of our necks today. Maybe looking off and up at the hand, feeling a deep side stretch. Good job. Bring that arm back down. Switch sides. Walk the right fingers out. Lift that left arm up. Look up at the hand. Maybe turn the palm of the hand out. Getting a good side stretch. Bending the arm. Maybe letting the head dip down to the side a little bit. Feeling length in the left side of the neck. Good job. Come back down. Come on to the hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We can move through cat-cow here. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. We're going to mix it up today, and on the exhale, we're going to roll in, pull in, arch the spine, one vertebrae at a time, moving mindfully, dropping the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, come back up, lift the hips, slowly unroll the spine, lift the head. As we lift the head, we're going to exhale forcibly, sticking the tongue out, gazing up at our third eye. Inhale, come and roll the hips in, arch the spine, bring the chin into the chest. Inhale, come back up, lift the hips. Just kidding. Exhale, come back up. Boy, talk about habit. Don't crunch the back of the neck. We're gazing up, but we're not doing it so forcefully that we're compressing all of our vertebrae. Inhale, roll in. Bring the hips in. Slowly push the mat away with the hands. Exhale, come back up. Stick the tongue out, gaze up at the center of the eyebrows. This really works to open up the throat chakra, and it can be so helpful and beneficial, and you're doing it at home anyways, so why not do it, right? Roll in on your inhale. Exhale, hips come up. Slowly unroll the spine as you lift the head. Well done. Very good job. From your hands and knees, you can look back behind you, make your feet disappear, tuck your toes under, keep the knees bent, shoot the hips up into the air. Create some space for your shoulders by pushing your hands into the floor and lifting the hips up. Then walk it out. Pedal the feet. On the in-breath, you can walk or hop your feet forward. Going into a forward fold. Keep your knees bent for this first one if you need to. Just pedal your feet back and forth. Walk it out. Come up halfway, lift and lengthen. Really lengthen through the crown of the head. Shoulder blades come together, relaxing them. Try to level your torso out with the floor. Activate the quadricep muscles. Fold forward on your exhale. Slowly roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come up, lean back. Look up at the ceiling, let the head fall back. but keep the neck active. Exhale to chair. Arms come out straight in front of you. Make sure that your knees are still pointed forward. Hips come back, core is engaged. Open up the chest. Put a lot of your weight in your heels. Inhale, come back, just lean back. Keeping the neck active though. Feel the throat just open up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward, reach towards the toes. Walk it out. Bend one leg as you straighten the other perhaps. Come up halfway, lift and lengthen. Activate the core, shoulder blades come together and slide down. Lengthen the neck. Engage the quadricep muscles. Exhale, fold forward. Slowly roll yourself up, one vertebra at a time. Arms come up, lean back. And then exhale to chair. Just circle the arms around, get there however you need to. Hips come back, pull the pelvis in, open up the chest. It might be helpful to have your arms out like this. Next, on the in-breath, come up, lean back, let your head fall back without crunching the neck. We're kind of lifting it a bit. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward, reach towards the toes. Step the feet back, make your way to downward facing dog. Just walk it out, hips up, shoulders down as we push the mat away with the hands. And then try straightening the legs. Spin the elbows towards the ground, engage the core. Bring the right leg up. On the exhale, lead with the hips, engage the core, bring the knee to the nose, and then just step that foot up. Make your way up to pyramid pose. Point the toes out to about a 45-degree angle. Bend that leg, just fold forward over that right leg. Try to get the shoulders lined up with the short side of the mat. On the in-breath, come up. Bring the left hand to the left leg, right arm comes up, point the toes forward. Just sweep the arm up, look up at the hand, going into reverse warrior. You can line up with the long edge of the mat. Staying with the breath, not allowing the thoughts to wander off. Come to supported side angle. Just bring that right forearm to the leg. Stretch the left arm out over. Head pointing in front of you. Lift up out of the posture. Bringing that right shoulder forward, the left shoulder back. Being very mindful of what's going on in your neck today. Good job. Circle the hands back down to the mat. Step the right foot back. Making your way to plank position. Relaxing the shoulders down. They tend to scrunch up. Keep the core engaged, the hips lifted slightly. On the exhale, slowly hug the elbows into the sides. Inhale, come up to cobra, sphinx, or up dog. Pushing the mat away with the hands, pushing the hands into the mat, let the head fall back, shoulders come back and slide down the back. All 10 toenails are pressed into the mat, the legs are lifted up off of the mat. But we're not like just dropping the head back, we're doing it with intention. Gazing up at the ceiling, but lifting up a bit too. Roll over on the toes. Adjust the feet, push the hands into the mat. Keep the knees bent so that you can find some space to lift the hips up. Push the shoulder blades to the floor, engage the core. Spin the elbows towards the ground. Then just lift that left leg up. On the exhale, with intention, engage the core. Bring the knee up towards the nose. Lead with the hips, and then just step that left foot forward. Do a wide pyramid here. Try to line the shoulders up at the short side of the mat. folding forward over that left leg. Just stay with the breath. Walk your hands back up on the in-breath, then bend that left leg. Keep the right hand on the right leg. Keep this back leg very active. Make sure the big toe points forward on this left leg. Just bring that left arm up. Lengthen through the side, feeling a deep side body stretch. We can let the head fall back, but we're still lifting it. We're really elongating the neck. The throat chakra is represented by aquamarine, a beautiful blue-green color. And then come down to that left forearm. You can stretch your arm out to the side to get a good side body stretch, or keep it lifted up, whichever you prefer. We're deepening the lunge, and we can have our forearm supporting us, but if we move it, we want to make sure that we don't collapse into it. We want to be able to keep our weight lifted up out of the pose. Good job. Circle the hands back down to the floor. Step that left foot back. Just make your way to down dog. Hips up, shoulders down. Just walk it out. Good job. Come to plank or kneeling plank. Let the shoulders relax. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Keep the core engaged. Hips slightly lifted. Exhale, hug the elbows into the sides. Slowly come up to Sphinx pose, doing a gentle supported back bend. Just lifting up through the chest. Bringing our forearms to the mat, supporting our upper body, feeling the shoulder blades open up, lifting our head, lengthening through the neck. This is a gentle back bend, a chest opener, a neck opener. Sometimes yoga can be really incredible if it's passive. And then we're going to push ourselves off of the mat with our forearms. Bring the knees forward. Take a little bit of a stance with our knees. Have them about 3 to 4 inches apart. And we're going to bring our hands to our sides, grab our heels, bring the forehead to the mat. We're going to do rabbit pose or hare pose. And we're going to slowly round our spine, starting with the lowest vertebra. Push out, push, push, push. Bring our crown of the head to the floor and pull the forehead in as close to the knees as you can as you lift up the hips. Stay with your breath. Just staying with the breath. Keep lifting the hips. Keep pulling the forehead in closer to the knees, as close as you can get. Keep pressing the crown of the head into the floor. Trying to round through each individual vertebra. Holding on tightly to the heels. Good job. Slowly bring the heels, the hips back to the heels. Stretch the arms out. Make your way to child's pose for a moment. Widen the stance with the knees. Taking a super wide stance with the knees. Bring yourself back to Sphinx pose. And then just bring your hands back behind your back, lace your fingers together and push the tops of the feet into the floor. Lift the shoulders up, lift the head, slowly lift the hands away from the back, then lift the feet. Make your way to locust pose. Pushing the pelvis into the floor, point the toes. Try to draw the shoulder blades back, down the spine. Good job. Release. Bring the hands to the mat. Push yourself up and back to a seated position. Next, we can just transition to the center of the mat. We want to stretch our feet out. We can take our hands, palms facing down, just slide the fingertips under the hips. Pop the chest open, come down to the forearms, and then just let the head fall back. Feel the chest open up like somebody's pulling an invisible string up. The toes are pointed. The neck is opening up. Keeping the neck active though. Just stay with the breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Good job. Slowly come down onto the mat. Bend the knees. Keep the arms stretched out along the sides. We're going to mix it up a little bit today when we do our bridge pose. We're going to flatten the spine out. On the in-breath, we're going to keep the knees within the framework of the hips. And we're just going to lift the hips up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, lift the hips, slowly lift the spine. This time we're going to bring the arms up and stretch it out over our head as we lift our hips. Really engage the glutes, push the hips up. On the in-breath, slowly bring the arms back and down. Good job. Inhale, lift the hips, slowly lift the arms up, stretch them out over the head. Remember, when we go into bridge, we don't turn the head to look around. Exhale, slowly come back down, one vertebrae at a time. Good job. Inhale, come up, just lift the hips, lift the spine, one vertebrae at a time, like you're pulling your hips up with your hands. Stretch the arms out, push the heels into the floor, lift the hips as high as you can. Exhale, just come back down, stretch the arms back out. Good job. Now bring that right knee into the chest, squeeze it in as tight as you can get it, stretch that left leg out. Switch sides, squeeze that left leg in, stretch the right leg out. Good job. Now bring both knees into the chest. We're going to do some little circles with our knees. Go really slow, slower than you want to go. Well done. Reverse. Excellent. Now we can just stretch out on our mat for Shavasana, our final relaxation. The palms of the hands are facing up. We're just going to close our eyes, let our fingers curl slightly. Our feet can be a little further than hip distance apart. If you drop your chin down towards your chest, that can help keep your thoughts in the present moment. It can help keep your mind from wandering off all over the place. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose, just staying with the breath. And the chakra sound that is associated with the throat chakra is hum. And this one is higher up, so the pitch should be higher. Inhale through your nose. Hum. Couple more times. Hum. Inhale again, last one. Hum. Good job. Then just stay with the breath. Feeling your feet relax, your ankles relax, your legs relax, the hips, the back, the shoulders, the abdomen and the chest, the arms and the hands, all the muscles in your face. Good job. And take a moment for gratitude, being grateful for the time that you spent today here on your mat. And being grateful for the many blessings that we have in our lives. When you're ready, you can bend your knees, roll to your side, slowly push yourself up with your free hand. Sit with your legs crossed in the opposite way that you normally do, breaking up some of our old patterns. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you loved this video. Please check me out on Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell notification so that you can be notified of all of my future videos. The more you do yoga, the better you feel. That's why I do this. May love and light be yours. Until next time, my friends. Namaste.